Hi, I'm Faith Schwartz, Senior Vice President of Government Affairs for CoreLogic. Presidential prospects from both parties haven't been shy about taking positions on a wide range of issues, everything from immigration to health care to gun control to climate change. One issue that has been noticeably missing in the debate, at least so far, is housing. And that seems strange to me because housing and the broader issue of affordable shelter are critical elements in the national discussion over the future of the middle class, the sustainability of the American dream of homeownership, and even the appropriate role of government. From a spin doctor's perspective, housing can provide plenty of fodder for both sides of the coming campaign. Homeownership, for example, is at its lowest level in decades. Meanwhile, observers like the Joint Center for Housing Studies at Harvard and the Urban Institute are warning that the country will soon face a rental housing crisis. Between now and 2030, nearly 60% of all new household formations will be renters, and the number of severely rent-burdened households will grow to 13 million in the next 10 years, according to the Joint Center for Housing. The fastest growing cohort will be older Americans in the 67 to 74-year groups and the age 75 and older group, which will be up by 42% and 39% respectively. We have an aging population over the next 15 years. The decline in homeownership and this prospect of unaffordable shelter disproportionately hurt low-income families, minorities, and increasingly the elderly populations. All of these are important issues for any campaign to discuss. One argument can be made that existing housing policies have failed and that not everyone is ready to be a homeowner, and would point to the Great Recession as the price our country has paid to learn that lesson. From a purely economic standpoint, the housing recovery is moving forward with strong liquidity and newly developed policies that allow for safe and sound loans to be created. However, the government remains dominant in housing by use of its guarantee. Alternatively, opponents of big government could make hay with the delays and confusion surrounding the regulations due to Dodd-Frank, such as new disclosures, compensation rules, and servicing rules that have been implemented, particularly if these issues continue to have some confusion into the spring home buying season. To paraphrase Ricky Ricardo, both parties have some splaining to do when it comes to the issue of housing and GSE reform. Everyone is on record as being for it, and when you add in FHA and VA and USDA rural, the U.S. taxpayer is still on the hook for more than 70% of mortgage originations today. It seems to me that it's fair to ask what each candidate intends to do about this and how quickly it will be addressed in a new administration. Should the government continue to play a majority-sized role in housing finance? Would some argue yes? Some would argue no. But if not, what's the plan for bringing private capital back into the housing finance market? We see some of this happening through current efforts through risk transfers from the GSE's book of business being sold to credit investors. But that's it. Thanks for your time. For more on CoreLogic's perspective on the U.S. housing economy, please visit the Insights area of CoreLogic.com.